Hello and welcome guys to this new video on the Tactical Square, where I'm going to talk about the national team of Morocco and a special video about Ouahdi. What could Ouahdi add to this national team of Morocco, fourth of the world? Plenty of ambitions. Ouahdi is still attracting the interest of Benfica, and we are going to study a bit what he did in the Olympic Games with the Olympic team of Morocco under the coach Skitiwi, and what was his role and what he could add potentially to the national team of Morocco. So the national team of Morocco were playing in a 4-2-3-1, but very flexible with many structures with the ball. We're going to see all of that. So on the time of the pass, while the pass was played, Turghalin, the midfielder, was coming here. One of the midfielders was coming here. I put the opposition in a 4-4-2, like we see in Africa. Many teams are playing actually with this formation of 4-4-2, and some are playing as well with 5 at the back, 5-3-2, 5-4-1, but many of them are playing with a 4-4-2. Sometimes they go back 6 in their 4-4-2 as well, dropping two players back and a player from the up front to make 6-3-1, letting a striker for counter-attacking purposes. Let's just study now a classical 4-4-2 and what Morocco have done against these shapes, more or less. So here a classic Volpe to do a 3v2 against the strikers, and then inverted Hakimi, like we see now with the PSG. Inverted Ouahdi, I put him on a number 11, just as he was in the Olympic Games, and we had a clear 3-3-1-3, but we had also many shapes. This allowed, as you know, the inverted fullback allows a quick pass to Ahoumash to play his 1v1, but also allowed Morocco to do some late runs from the back, whether it's with Hakimi or on the other side, Ouahdi or Richardson, 5v4 on the last line, and then it was very difficult for the opposition to defend those runs, those late runs that are very difficult to defend. So this is more or less, and this proximity allowed Morocco as well to have a very effective counter pressing style. What was happening actually, it was Turghalin more here than here. He was more on the half space here, bringing some quality. What was happening as well is that many free-man dilemma. El Khanous of Leicester City bringing here quality on the ball side. So this winger have now a dilemma. Should I go out? I have on my back Hakimi, and as well for this left back. For this left back, I have Ahoumash here, and I have El Khanous that could bring quality here up front. And Richardson, gonna bring him back. So for this winger, I have on my back Hakimi, I have El Khanous. For this, the same thing, bringing numbers here. And Morocco could combine very well. But what I want to to highlight is the role of Ouahdi, the intelligence on the other side. When the ball is here, you need to know exactly what you need to do. You need to know how to give continuity to the action. Should I protect? Should I come? And this is very important. On the other side, the same dilemmas where Morocco was trying to make, and we're going to see how. Now, what I want to highlight in this box 4 that Morocco was having in the Olympic Games is the role of Ouahdi, because here, being up front in the box 4 or being here is not the same thing. And here you need a lot of awareness, a lot of technique. The spaces are not the gray. Sometimes you have the winger here, and you need to know what to do exactly, how to turn. You need to have a quick technique here on the half space. You need to play at the exact player with one touch, with the quick pace, with the right pace, sorry, whether it's quick or not. So Ouahdi can really link up the play here on the last third very well. He brought to him the wingers and allowed the pass to Zelzouli to make qualitative superiority 1v1. Or he as well knew when to give himself time and then from here make those passes, penetrative passes, or add more unpredictability and more space to Zelzouli, more time to Zelzouli on the ball. And when you have this kind of player, Zelzouli, when you give him more time, more space, it's a threat. It's clearly a threat. And then the same thing when Richardson, a great player on the last third, was here. He knew, this player here, Ouahdi, knew when to track the winger, decoy movement, to allow that pass happens. And then you had Targalin that could come here, for example, all this while this was happening. And then we have a pass and he could see clearly the pitch. So a player that could play here, have with a good technique, play here as well, trying to give Morocco these passes of security, allow Morocco time on the ball, allow Morocco to have the right structure on the last third, but also contributing into bringing danger on the last third by the quality. So he have quality to play here, and these two things are two different things, to whether to play here or play here. And he could get the right structures, and he could get the right thing to do, adapting to the opposition on what they were trying to make. And this is very important to have these kind of players. I think that Morocco could bring danger while bringing these players, and could add structures. Now they have Hakimi. We've seen him 2 seasons playing inverted. For myself, it wasn't a surprise because I've already seen Hakimi doing this with Dortmund a bit and with Inter Milan as well. So Real Madrid, and at his beginning, he was playing as well as a left back with Renard in the national team, and sometimes he could come in the half space. It wasn't instruction, it wasn't part of the structure, but was part of the craziness of Hakimi. And we remember his goal against Mali, where he's here as a striker. So Hakimi had a lot of things to bring. And we've seen Morocco very, very dangerous with this 3-2-2, 3-2-2-3 shape, and sometimes 2-3-2-3 shape. So yeah, it was very, and they had the qualitative players that could bring here. Even Rahimi could add numbers and play here as well. While that was happening, adding numbers and playing an additional player who can give, for example, a bounce pass, who could turn, who can create these 3v2 against the pivots, and as well adding numbers. There are 4, so we had 5 players, 5v4 or 5v5 if one of the strikers was trying to push it down, but offering Morocco these qualitative superiorities on the sides and those late runs that hurt Morocco. Ouahdi played a big part in this, into bringing the ball out from here, but also adding numbers, running through the channel, running at the back of Zelzouli. He could play as a right back, left back. He could play in the double pivots position, as well as a number 10. So he can bring a lot to the table of Morocco, and I think that they should call him up and add quality to the squad.